That's better. I should check this before I start. Hot dog. They have outfit bundles? Yeah, don't worry. I got the hot dog and the t-shirts outfits. But yeah, no, there's a download. There is a download that just started. Thankfully, it only has like 20 minutes left. Thankfully. So we should be able to start in like 20 minutes. Of course, I should have like expected there to be an update. Like, right? I should have expected it. I like should have expected there to be an update. Actually, since we're done with this, you can watch me delete Yakuza 5 for now. Bye, Yakuza 5. I'll never play you again because you're just so fucking big. Well, that's probably a lie. Yeah, we have like 17 minutes left to go before the update's finished downloading. So hi. Gives me some time to get further. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it gives you 20 minutes to get like, so you're at least an hour ahead of me. There's something I want to send you at one point in the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, I actually don't need this chat screen anymore because I have the bot. This actually gives me a couple of minutes to do some things I've been meaning to do. It's like it's day one and I got the memes already. I'm set. I'm ready to go. It's not a meme. Oh no. Let's see. Quickly plays thumbnails. I'll see. That's kind of ominous. That's a little ominous, I'm not gonna lie. Then pause this, like, smile. This entire game is ominous. There's a couple of really specific questions that I have. The smileys are only for 13 Sentinels. Well, good. There's a couple of, like, questions that I have. A lot of them have to do with Kaname Date. And they did have in the art book... Well, just like general questions that I hope are answered. A lot of them have to do with Kaname Date. They did have in the art book that Mizuki changed her last name to Date's last name, which I thought was really cute. Okay, this I have to do it for. Oh, God. I just want to know what happened to our boy, Kaname Date. I'm so worried about him. Because we saw him in somebody else's body. In the trailers. But what Paz is saying right now, I think the game's probably going to explain what's going on with Date. Or it's literally going to be those scenes are in a flashback and we have no fucking idea. And I'm just like, but I want to know. I know I'm going to see. But the fact I have to wait. That's what's killing me, is that I have to wait. "10 minutes left." I'm sorry. I mean, it's fine. I actively don't want you to spoil the game for me. I just want to know, but I also don't want spoilers. This is the duality of playing the game on day one. Pause. Do you want to know what it has for your watch time for me? Apparently Mix It Up Bot tracks watch time. Yeah, I was able to find it on the Mix It Up Bot. You have 285 hours. Paz, you've been stuck with me for 2 years. How have you dealt with my bullshit for that long? You're like... Will it let me view the catalog? It will let me view the catalog. This is the PlayStation Plus catalog. Because you're my friend. I appreciate you, Paz. There's yes 9 in the PlayStation the PS Plus lineup. Oh, is that 8? No, this is 9. That's the new one. Right? That's like the one that just came out not that long ago, right? Eight is on the right side? Oh, I didn't see 8. Oh, yeah, 8's right here. Okay. Shenmue 3... Brothers... This War of Mine... Caligula Effect... Oh look, Hotline Miami 2. Oh, you saw Wonderful 101? I didn't see Wonderful... Oh yeah, it's right there, okay. I legit, like, might actually, like, cancel my plans to buy Game Pass now. I might actually, like, legitimately cancel my Game Pass subscription for this. I'm watching on 160p. Oh. I'm sorry, that sucks. I got free Mountain Dew. Because, like, if I buy it with my thing, it's only, like, an extra $60 a year. I'm interested to see if they're gonna, like, keep up with Game Pass, though. And the Classics catalog, which I'm super pumped about. Because of two things. And, like, some people might, like, roll their eyes at me a little bit. I'm wondering if I can find it, because I know it's here. It's this. I am so stoked. Intelligent Cube. It's like $300 for a copy of Intelligent Cube, and that game is so sick and so much fun. And they have Patapon. The whole entire Ratchet and Clank Future arc. Look at Star Wars Racer Revenge. And Siphon Filter. And Tekken 2. Okay. Oh, we're updated. We're updated. We're updated. We're finally finished being updated. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. Like, be bad at it. I used to love the shit out of that game, even though it was awful at it. Alright, so this is also my first time playing AI on a console, so this might get a little weird. As far as, like, the controls go. Investigation QuickTime events that occur during investigations. Recommended difficulties for QTEs. provide just the right amount of tension. Recommended settings should provide just the right amount of tension. Reaction speed normal. Interaction normal. Retry count 3. Oh, nice. They made retries easier. I'm not super worried about it. I'm just gonna go with the standard difficulty. Hidden bats in the Spike Chunsoft logo. If they actually fucking kill Iris, though, I'm gonna riot. Legit. If Iris dies, we riot. Just so I hope that's clear. If Iris dies, we riot. Just so we're crystal clear on that.
Where am I?
You okay, Ryuki?
If it legit turns out Ryuki is like Date from the past, I will like shit myself.
Alright, let's keep going. Next question.
Why is Ryuki on the game show with Boss?
In Indian mythology, what is the name of the half-god, half-beast spirits that imbibe sense and are known for their musical ability?
Inspecting people and objects will progress the story. You can freely move the cursor and the camera. First, look around you and set the cursor on objects that interest you.
That's the answer button for the quiz. Why don't you press it?
Tama, you mean this button?
Yeah. You better hurry, or the other teams are gonna answer before you.
From the log on the bottom right of the screen, you can check the conversation log.
Just press the button already. You see that button on the table, right? Push it, and you get to answer the question.
What is happening?
What? You're joking. In Indian mythology, what is the name of the half-god, half-beast spirits that imbibe sense and are known for their musical ability?
What is
Know the
happening?
answer? Spit it out.
Move the camera around and try pressing the answer button on the top of the table.
There we go! Team Popo was the quickest. And your answer is...
Place your cursor on the host and try answering the quiz question. That's...
What?
The answer is Gandharva. Okay, let's... Are you familiar with the new Cyclops serial killing? No, not you, Mr. Ryuki.
This question is for that person on the other side.
What is happening?
Hurry now.
This show.
Is the face-to-face special, a 6-hour quiz show live stream marathon. Have you... The question easy, right? Oh, and Team Popo. But I want you to take this question very seriously. The new Cyclops serial killers. The incident in which many victims got their eye gouged out and murdered. Are you or are you not familiar with it?
This will determine if we can dig into the details of that incident in the coming 6 days.
What is happening?
In other words, we're asking if we can give you spoilers for the first game.
Yes.
Don't worry. Even if you don't know anything about it, it won't affect how you progress through this game.
The Somnium serial killers and what you're about to experience, they have nothing to do with each other. Promise.
But I want to know things!
So please, just tell me honest. Are you familiar with the new Cyclops serial killings?
I am very familiar. I am very familiar.
Let's give you a simple The one who resolved the new Cyclops serial killings was Kaname Date of Abyss. On the final day of that investigation, someone... No need to give me their last...
It was Mayuki who got shot in the leg. It was Mayuki. I want to make sure I don't spell her name right. Mizuki. No, it's Mizuki. I like how they like quiz you. They're like, "Do you know Mizuki?"
Oh, not bad!
It was Mizuki who got
You're
shot.
correct, but you could have just gotten lucky.
What the fuck? Why am I being
Is
quizzed?
the true culprit of the new Cyclops serial killing? Answer with just the first name.
What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? It's Saito Saejima.
Wonderful! That's another right answer.
It's Saito Saejima.
Sorry for doubting you. You really do know about the new Cyclops killings.
That's an insane way to do a spoiler check. I've never seen anything like this in a game ever.
Oh, did you hear that sound? That means the next question will be the last. Are you ready?
What the fuck?
A precognitive dream is a dream that lets you see the future. But these precognitive dreams,
Are they really true? Real?
What the fuck is happening? I'll be very interested to see what the differences are.
It can't be.
What's wrong, Ryuki? Are you okay?
Are they in the Somnium? That was my first guess, is they're inside the Somnium, because, like, It's Mizuki! It's Mizuki!
Be careful, Mizuki. I've detected a biological response.
Look at Aiba! Do you see Aiba's little pose? Look at Aiba's little pose! Look at Aiba's little pose! Aiba's little pose, it's so cute!
3 o'clock. Distance of 315 feet. In the middle row of seats.
During the story, the power of King, you can gain special visual information. You can use the zoom and night mission mode. Select the zoom and the icon that you expect the enemy in the audience to see.
Iba, zoom in. Night vision mode.
Roger that.
Where'd they go?
I'm still...
Use the X-ray.
Understood.
Found
There
you.
they are.
Who is that?
Identity unknown. Judging from their figure, they appear to be female.
Ah, so she's jealous, huh? I bet that's it. Why else would another girl target me?
You can't think of any other reason?
Well, sure, but I'm really cute, you know?
You are really cute,
That's
Mizuki.
why other girls don't like me much.
I am fairly certain that has more to do with your personality. Mizuki, load Evolver with a stun grenade round. You should be able to knock your opponent unconscious by detonating it near them.
Got it. Okay, it's ready.
I will display the aim. Take aim.
On it.
What's with this girl?
Where did she go now?
Detecting the target's footsteps. They seem to be heading toward the stadium exit.
Ugh, can't let them get away.
Mizuki, wait. Even you won't be able to catch up to them. More importantly...
More importantly, there's like half a body out there.
There's something there.
Yes.
Hey, that's...
You recognize him?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I'll never forget. It's... the left half of his body. His name is Jin Furue. I remember it clearly. 6 years ago. At Studio Devita. The right half of his body.
Can you pause the game? Can you pause the game? I need to go get ice cream.
Ryuki, what's wrong? Pull yourself together.
Boss, where am I?
Don't tell me you were sleeping. Who falls asleep in the...
Mr. Ryuki, you're working under Boss, right? Boss, have you been giving him vacation time?
She's probably working him to the bone on his off hours, too.
I resent that. That is not true. I just have him scrape the stratum corneum off my heels every once in a while. Hey, Ryuki. Are you sure you're alright?
Oh, yeah.
All right, now that Mr.
Is this in
Ryuki
two
is
time
away,
periods?
Let's get back to it. Here we go. Which Taoist symbol, shaped like interlocking black and white commas, represents the origin of all things?
What the? A blackout?
What are you standing around for? Get the lights.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Free to free? So we're investigating it as Mizuki 6 years in the future and him in the present. Oh wait, is Is our investigative police officer friend here? We can bother him about his name again.
I have a bad feeling about this, but you really want to know my name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I'll tell you, but please don't forget it, okay?
Got it.
My name is Kagami.
Kagami, huh? Okay, I'll remember that.
Mm-hmm. Here it comes. I knew this would happen. I'll say it one more time. My name is Kagami.
I just want to fuck with Kagami.
I told you it's Kagami!
I know his name already. I don't need to ask him again. His name is, what's it again?
What's your name again?
Give me a break. Of course, ma'am. It's Jin Furaway. He was famous until he passed away. Well, even after he died.
And 6 years ago, I was part of that investigation too.
Were you at the studio by any chance?
You don't remember? We did talk for a bit.
Sorry, don't remember. You don't leave much of an impression. In a good way.
In a good way? Abyss is
That's a
a
man.
high-level organization in the police department. You do technically outrank me, ma'am.
Huh. Really? But you don't need to worry about the formalities with me.
What? For real? I can be casual with you?
Do you want to get your ass kicked?
Oh, I love Mizuki so much. Look at her, she's just a precious little baby.
Sorry. Sorry, ma'am.
How's the investigation
finished
going?
gathering DNA samples. It's being sent to forensics now. I'm sure the results will be out shortly.
I love that they, like, made the Kagami joke again.
Would you like to check the corpse with X-ray mode?
Yeah. It's unlikely, but maybe the right half of the body is buried in the ground.
You could simply flip the body over.
No way. I don't want to see that cut. Especially not down there.
In that case, how's this?
Thanks. I see now. That body is definitely just the left half.
It's snowing, but it hasn't piled up yet.
Yeah.
By the way, Mizuki, there is something that has been bothering me.
What's
Okay.
this?
This is the field before law enforcement arrived. Notice anything peculiar?
No, nothing in particular.
The turf runs a considerable distance and is wet from the
Mizuki
snow.
doesn't want to see a cut in half pea.
If
Yeah.
someone were to step on it, they would leave a trace. However,
There aren't any footprints.
indeed,
Then how did the body...
unknown. Perhaps they descended from the sky, or rose up from the ground, or they teleported here.
teleported?
I was joking. Do not take it seriously.
It seems likely. I mean, we did body switching.
Nah. The lining has heating wires in it, so I'm warm. Oh, thank you for the concern, though. Oh, no. I just started investigating, really. Weird, though.
About the
isn't it?
body.
He got killed 6 years ago, but the body shows up now?
Your...
What? You really don't know? I'm Detective Ushidera, Special Investigations Office, MPD. I don't even have to ask about you. You're Mizuki Okira, 18 years old, a high schooler attending Sakiba High. The all-girls school, right? Ah, but Okira is your former name. You've been adopted by Date, if I remember correctly. You were at the studio when the other half of the...
So I take it you were there too?
Yeah. Back then I was on the investigation team. Though you were 12 at the time, so I can't blame you for not remembering me. I heard you became a special agent at Abyss. That boss lady got her claws in you, huh? This little girl gets hired as an investigator. Guess the...
Abyss is a particularly special organization. Mizuki was hired via what might be referred to as extra-legal measures.
Haven't
Any
found
leads?
anything yet, though there is something I didn't find that's particularly interesting.
The footprints.
Bingo. There isn't a single footprint on the field that doesn't belong to someone here. So just how did the culprit do it? I should be asking you. You're the one who discovered the body, right? You were also at the studio 6 years ago when the other half was found. Quite a coincidence, don't you think?
What are you trying to say?
Why did you come here?
I got a Nile message. It said, HB Stadium. That could only be referring to the case 6 years ago, right?
The half-body serial killings.
I need to know more about that case. It changed my life. Forever. So that's why I came.
If it gets reception, I can connect to any network. I can make calls and send and receive messages. During investigations I've been, it will talk. Trivia and additional information will display at the top of the screen. It's a bonus feature. You'll need to read to progress the game. Mizuki says, I don't want you to know about my private life. If I leave my eyes closed, you won't be able to see it, right, Iva? Which is why she still carries her smartphone around.
Who sent
the Nile message?
I don't. It was sent from an account that signed up with a fake name. Someone must have wanted me to discover the body.
Someone?
Maybe the culprit.
Why would the culprit do that to you?
I don't know.
There is one more thing we don't know. The masked woman who shot at us earlier. Who could this person of interest be? And why did she try to kill you?
She didn't want the body to be found. About Date.
Why? What is it?
Well, I was just wondering if he contacted you or anything.
I would have let you know right away if he did. Date was caught in that explosion 6 years ago.
And has been missing ever since. Date's body was never recovered from the scene. Don't worry. I am positive it would take more than that to kill Kaname Date. I am certain he's at the Hot Springs district in Atami or someplace, spending his time in leisure.
If he is, I'd go down there and drown him in that boiling water myself.
Oh, so we don't, so, well, why is he in Saito's body, though? But, like, why? Saito.
Not.
What? Why not?
Because you're only 18, Mizuki. You're still a student at Sekiba High.
But I barely even go now. I graduate in a month. I hardly have any classes left.
The point is, you're still a student.
Then why did you let me join Abyss?
Because I thought you had potential as a singer.
I assume your gargantuan strength and combat ability were a factor as well.
But you're basically still an intern. You've only been training for about a month. It's way too early to put you in the field. You do know I'm the commander of Abyss, right?
Right, but that's why I'm asking. Isn't it a bit weird for you to be at a crime scene in person?
This case is special. I saw it too, 6 years ago. The other half of the corpse.
At Studio Divita.
And the HB case is still open, even after all this time. The reputation of the whole department hangs on this case.
Okay.
By HB case, she is referring to the half-body serial killings, so named because the victims' bodies were cut in two. The culprit is known as Terror. Their identity is unknown. 6 years have passed since Terror first made themselves known, but we have yet to find any promising leads.
I already know that. You don't...
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
Please, boss. I have to. This case is...
Can you not give me the puppy dog? You know I'm weak to the puppy dog eyes. Fine, but promise me one thing. Swear to me that you won't do anything dangerous or illegal, no matter what.
Yeah, I swear, I swear!
And one more thing. I am your superior. You should address me with a little more respect.
10-4, boss man. I read you loud and clear.
She really is kind of like Date in some ways, isn't she?
Do you?
Wait too early to put you in the field. You gave her a pew-pew pistol and a mechanized pipe.
I will get the more shocking facts out of the way first. The estimated time of death is approximately 9 hours ago.
What? 9 hours ago?
It is currently 9 o'clock, so that would mean he was killed around 12.
That makes no sense.
Wait. Hold on. 6 years ago,
Hold that thought. There's more. As you can see, the body was cut in two. There are no other external wounds on the body. It appears that he was sliced in half while he was still alive. As for what was used to cut him, I am sorry, but that cannot be determined.
What do you mean?
Judging by the cross-section, it is clear that it was not a blade. It could not be a laser or pressurized water either.
Then what was it?
As I said, I do not know. The body was cut at the molecular level.
What?
There is hardly any blood left in the body. It could be speculated that the corpse was left with the cut section facing the ground. However, there are no traces of any blood flow on the ground. Therefore, it is clear that he was murdered at some other location.
Well, if there's fucking time travel, that's what I think that they're going for. Like it has to be time travel, right?
Yes. Definitely Jin Furoe.
It doesn't make logical sense otherwise.
The same face we saw 6 years ago at Studio Divita.
Jin was a young industrialist. He was quite famous and often made media appearances. This cannot possibly be a stranger who happens to look like him.
How can we be certain of that, though?
6 years ago, Jin Furoe's body was discovered in Studio Divita.
We go from 13 Sentinels to Nirvana Initiative. Why so much time travel? I mean, we're not even sure if there's time travel in this yet. All I need was water leak. Water leak can recommend missile. Yeah. That would be disastrous. I guess I'm just trying to, like, realize what would be a deal breaker for it, I guess.
Like,
yeah.
The water heater would be, like, neglected because the house doesn't look neglected.
Yeah, that's fair. But before we get too far into it, I wanted to show them off. Look how big. Double mic? Oh. Sorry. Yeah, Mr. Mew from The World Ends With You. I really wanted the plush, and I can't believe he's this big. He's so big. So big. I just wanted to like show him off, and he's very comfortable. I think that scene had an extra mic input in there, and I didn't realize. Sorry.
And now, his left half was found here at the stadium. And yet his time of death is 12 o'clock today, which means that half his body was alive very recently. What the hell is going on? My brain is doing cartwheels trying to figure this out.
Aiba?
Hold on, did Aiba just appear?
Yeah.
Wait, let me put my earphones in.
Can you hear me, boss?
Yeah, loud and clear.
What if the left and right half belong to
I,
different
of
people?
course, did consider it a possibility, but both faces match perfectly. The rest depends on the DNA results.
But the
There
body
are no
was
signs
frozen.
of him ever having been frozen. That half body was definitely alive until just recently.
What
I
if Jin has a
looked into
twin
Jin
brother?
Furue's family background. Not only did he not have a twin, but there is no record of him ever having siblings.
Well, if he was still alive,
What?
it's just a left half.
I mean, the heart is in the left half of the body.
I get it. You think they might have sewn the body back together?
No, there are no traces of that. And were you two being serious? You do realize the cerebrum, brainstem, and spinal cord were completely severed in two?
Just
I
trying
have
to.
no idea what's going on, but this case is definitely connected to the incident 6 years ago.
Which means the half-body case isn't over yet.
6 years ago, I was 12. Obviously wasn't in Abyss then. It wasn't part of investigation at all. Didn't know much about the case. I did see some investigation documents during my training. The information there wasn't much better than the information on the internet, so I can get a full picture.
As you know, my knowledge of the case is about the same as yours.
Hey, Aiba, how much do you know about the HB serial killings?
Due to the explosion 6 years ago, I lost all of my memories from a few days before that point. And due to poor connection, I was unable to send or retrieve any backups.
What about you, boss?
Same for me. Ryuki was the one on the case at the time. I don't know anything other than what he reported.
What about the stuff he didn't report?
I'm not a psychic. How would I know something that he didn't tell me?
Aiba, where's Ryuki now?
I've determined the location from Tama's GPS. Currently, Ryuki seems to be in Golden Yokocho.
Okay, let's go to Golden. I just want to know how. Yeah, I know, right?
There's no one else available, so would you mind taking care of it?
What?
I know this case could get dangerous. It might be too hot to assign to a rookie, but then again, you have a reliable partner with you.
I'll give you hands-on assistance for this investigation.
Why are we here?
What's going on with memory problems? Brain disorder or something?
No, it's nothing.
Boss was invited here by Ma, a host from Kabuki Show. Ma told her, let's go on this online show together. It looked so fun, but immediately after she showed up, She was sent in.
So in other words, he flaked on her.
Boss tried to go home, but the show's staff stopped her.
So she called up her obedient underling, huh? How convenient.
Ryuki. Poor Ryuki.
You remember now?
Remember? You never told me anything about this Ma guy.
Ah, so Tama told you. After I asked her not to.
What the body?
It's Jin Furue, no doubt about it. He was like an advisor who represented the young talent. I saw him a lot on the news online. This is so strange. Why just his right hand?
Sure.
We work in the same build. Can't blame you. Metro PD, major crimes. Name's Ushidera.
Oh my god, do we get to do it to him again?
HQ still hasn't gotten any reports about hell. What if that body crossed over time and space to get here? It's possible, right?
No?
Huh. Kurotoru, due to your excellent marks, you skipped a few grades in an elite private university and graduated at 21. Afterward, you went through training at Police Academy for 15 months and were accepted into Abyss last summer. It's incredibly rare for anyone to get into Abyss without having stepped foot on a crime scene. Don't tell me you slept your way in with Boss.
Of course I didn't. I took the formal exam and Boss acknowledged my abilities.
You mean your endurance? Yeah, Boss definitely.
What are you talking about?
Well, Ryuki, when a man and a woman love each other very much...
Okay,
You don't have to
Tama.
explain it. I get it.
Poor Kagami! I get to...
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I had a bad experience. I try not to tell people my name.
Then I'll tell you instead. His name is Kagami.
Kagami, huh?
Huh? How did you know? Why does this keep happening? Is my name cursed or something? I told you, it's Kagami!
I already know his name. I don't think I need to ask again. Pretty sure I know his name. I probably don't need to ask. His name was, what again?
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you actually remember.
Mimiga. Oh, my mistake.
It's neat.
No need to shout, Kagami.
Oh, I knew it. Well...
What? You still haven't taken DNA samples?
Easier said than done. Most of the blood was drained from the body, so we have no choice but to take samples from the organs. Wait, hey, this is...
What do you mean?
I mean, you're right next to the body.
So?
So? Well, you could be traumatized for life seeing something like this.
I'm fine. I've seen worse.
Anyway...
Fine.
Yeah, you have to remember, she saw her own mother be... Her own mother... Her own mother being killed.
Well, there you have it.
So in other words, you don't have anything.
I actually follow him on Twitter. He cuts through all the BS of the modern world. He is insightful, inspiring in a way.
Okay. Up
Is
the
it
body.
true that body appeared out of nowhere? It's hard to believe, but... Please, don't rush me.
Looks like he's just standing there to me.
Yeah.
It's all right now, because I am here! Half might!
I'm trying to just mentally process what I just heard.
Half for all, we are full-time heroes!
Are you okay, Mr. Ryuki? I feel like you want to...
Ryuki could sometimes often get weird like this. He isn't doing well mentally. One of my jobs is to support him. Moma.
His name is Moma Kumakura. He's a leader of the Kumakura gang. which is under the Uchisaki family.
I know. The Kumakuras are known for being peculiar, even among Yakuza. But why is their leader at a live-streamed quiz show?
Who's the man sitting next to you?
Shinpei.
Shinpei?
Shinpei Wagai. That's his name. He was one of our members until just recently.
Was?
Yeah, he went clean. Left the life completely.
And where is he now?
Who knows? The moment he saw the corpse, he flew out of the room, white as a sheet. He's probably puking into a toilet somewhere.
You know the
Anyway,
victim?
It's real fucked up. Even people in my world wouldn't kill someone so gruesomely. That bastard. Scaring Tessa like this. Whoever did this better make sure the cops get to him before I do.
Yeah, Moma. Mizuki! Oh, poor Iris.
Does she look okay to you? I already talked to the other detective. I want to go home already.
I know her name, without asking. Iris Sagan. I was introduced before the show started, and...
She was involved in the new Cyclops serial killings that happened last November. You read the reports.
Yeah, so I know enough about what happened. Mr. Date was also on that case.
By the way, this case and new Cyclops serial killings are not related, though it's just a hunch. You keep telling me it's not related, so it makes me think like they're related.
That body teleported here from a parallel world, but only half of his body was able to make it through. That's why he was split in half.
What are you doing?
Iris is totally freaking out, so I'm helping her calm down. When are you letting me leave anyway? That other detective said you still had questions you needed to ask. So...
Mizuki Date, 12 years old. Her former name is Okiura, but she was adopted by my superior officer, Kaname Date. That's why I've met her a few times before.
Again! They're wired? Why? Why are they using Saito's body?
Like the time you carried Date home on your back after he had one too many rounds.
I don't know. Not his guardian, you know. He got all giddy about taking a long vacation. He's probably at a cabaret club in Meguro right now, pouring some ponzu on that Reika chick's fat thighs. Of course. Jin Furue, right? I've seen him online a bunch of times.
Is this game following the Mizuki ending? But it had the right... But it asked you the question of who was the culprit. Yeah, but it wouldn't make any sense. Because, like, the new Cyclops serial killings wouldn't have been solved if that was the Miyuki end. If it's going based on the Mizuki ending.
Are you still out of... This is Studio Divaita in Minato Roppongi. It's a rental studio, mostly used for live streaming, filming, that kind of thing.
I think he introduced... His name was... Andy's Kameji, I think.
That's his stage name, of course. His real name is Yoneharu Enda. He's a comedian.
I'd never heard of him before.
Okay.
He must not be very good.
Oh! What do you know about comedians? Listen, comedians are all doing their best so they can bring people joy.
Wow, Tama's going off.
Here you are, just...
Okay. I'm sorry.
Known Tama for more than half a year now. I still have a hard time understanding what sets her off.
Did you really not understand?
We arrived here right as the stream was about to begin. They made us sit in the contestant seat right away without telling us anything.
Well, the title of our show is right there.
Faith to Face. our special 6-hour live stream marathon, brought to you by Amabi TV.
We cut the stream, of course, but the cameras should have been running when that body appeared. I'm sure all of Japan or...
Where's
They're
the
being
staff of the show?
questioned by the police in the waiting room. Mr. Ryuki, aren't you with the police too?
Well, yes.
If this is a high-level investigation police agency, don't get along well with regular police officers, and often have a hard time getting them to share information.
Fray to free?
Fray can mean battle, tatter, ravel, or strain. Free is self-explanatory.
To set free or release.
So the phrase could mean something like fight to set free.
What about the QR
What's
code?
with that QR code?
The thing is, there seems to be an error in the Abyss communication system. We're having issues getting online.
What?
What? You got a problem with that?
No, not at all.
The QR code is real. Scanned it earlier before the game did. Okay, I guess I'm gonna play the video. I don't. The top comment on the YouTube video is IDK, how we're gonna girl boss our way out of this one, Mizuki. I'm like, so true, fam, so true. Oh, we actually read the body.
Was about 40 hours ago.
That doesn't make any sense.
Today is February 10th, current time 2200, which means he died around 6 o'clock February 9th.
Yesterday morning.
There's hardly any blood left in his body. His body must have been left with his legs slightly raised and the cut side facing the ground. Blood naturally flowed out as a result, leaving the cut surprisingly clean and visible. The cut appears to have been made by something far thinner than paper.
Thinner than paper?
For example, Something with 0 thickness, like a 2D surface.
There's no such...
What's more is that it doesn't seem like the connections between molecules were severed. The structure of the molecules themselves have been cut.
So it's going to be a little hard to understand, so feel free to skip this if you'd like. Among scientific bonds, there is an intermolecular bond, which uses electrons to bond, and the intermolecular bond, which is the bonding of molecules themselves. Intramolecular bonds are stronger than intermolecular bonds, so when something is cut in half, it's usually the intermolecular bond that is severed. However, in Jin Furie's body was severed at the intramolecular bond level. That's it for the science part. Please continue to enjoy the main story. So the body in the future died before the body in the past. Yes, that seems to be what they're implying. I'm trying to see if there's like anything else I can select. Okay, there's like nothing else to check though. I'm missing something because we didn't get to proceed. Oh.
Wait.
That's what I'm
What is
missing.
it?
This might not be related to the case, but I just thought of something. Ryuki, would you mind moving closer to the body?
He's missing one of his back teeth.
Yes. The first molar of his upper jaw was completely removed from its root. Judging by the impression left in the gums, it looks like it was removed just recently.
Okay.
The identity of the deceased has been confirmed through facial recognition. Jin Furue, 29 years old, the CEO of Music Food Co. Ltd. He's also an executive at several IT firms, consultation companies, investment firms, and advertising agencies. His columns and essays are featured in various magazines and online media. He's quite a successful author. By the way, Ryuki, it's hard to see from here.
What's this?
It's an enlarged picture of Jin's temporal region, near the back of his head. It's hard to see because of the hair in the way, but there are signs of traumatic subcutaneous hematoma. In other words, there's bruising. I think he got hit with a blunt object.
Someone hit him from behind?
Probably, but I don't think this is a fatal wound. There's no damage to the skull or brain itself.
Okay.
And as you can clearly see, his cause of death was being split in half. There are no other visible wounds besides the head trauma. He must have been cut in two while he was alive.
God, that's gruesome.
Ryuki, I've got a connection. The QR code link. It leads to a ViewCube page.
ViewCube? You mean...
Yes, the video streaming site.
Whose account does the channel belong to?
No idea. It was registered using an alias.
DB.
Okay. Open it.
What?
I'm sorry. Can you please open it?
That's better.
Oh, now they're gonna show the video. I'm just as confused as the first time I watched it. I don't know what's happening.
What's wrong, Ryuki?
Keep an eye out too, considering there's a possibly a Nirvana spell in this game that entered the Hidden Bats website. The Doctor Who opening is weird. Hi, Artberg! What is that?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
I don't know what that just was. Wait, now it exploded? What the hell is going on? I feel like Date is in this game, like, some way. I am so confused. This somehow is still not breaking my brain quite as bad as 13 Sentinels was, though. Which I guess is a good sign? Depends on what you call a good sign.
You are familiar with it?
Yeah, I've been here a bunch of times.
Yeah, this is the road where Mama's bar is on, isn't it?
Here?
I'm certain of it.
Okay, let's go in.
It's a little bit more appropriate for her to be here this time. Jesus, Ryuki.
Come on, Ryuki. Wake up. Hey, I said wake up. Oh, look, a porno mag.
Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to work on Ryuki. I suspect Date would have woken up instantly.
Come on, big brother. Wake up. Wake up. If you don't hurry, you're gonna be late.
He's awake?
Nurse, pour some soy sauce on me, please.
What?
Right down the middle.
Jin Furue's other half was found, the other side of his corpse. The time of his death was around 12 o'clock today. What do you think that means? Answer me, Ryuki! You were in charge of the HB case, weren't you?
Make it a side part, please.
Ugh. Just what kind of dream is he having?
How should I know?
Should we try wake syncing?
Forget it. It'd just be a wasted battery.
They're gone.
Where to?
I don't know. Maybe to the mirror world?
What?
Genny, being this man? Full name, Gen Ishiagane. I met him several times in the past when I was in Date's left eye socket.
Yeah. Genny is the owner of this fusion restaurant, Brahmin. He runs it all by himself without hiring any help. Where could he be? It's not like him to leave his customers like this.
What the hell is wrong with Ryuki?
Ryuki.
Ryuki.
Tell me about 6 years ago. I want to know all about what happened back then. The HB case and the explosion are related. If I can solve the HB case, maybe I can figure out where he is.
I'll take a double shochu curry shot.
This is futile, Mizuki. Ryuki's blood alcohol level is 0.32%. He is quite intoxicated. In fairness, the reason he's like this now is because of that incident. He had psychological issues before, but the events of the case deepened his condition. As you can see, he now spends his days drowning himself in alcohol.
So if we solve this case, we might be able to heal his trauma?
It's possible.
Then it's all the more reason for him to help. For his own sake, too.
Still, I doubt he would wake up even if you cut his eyelids off. What will you do?
Isn't it obvious? I'll sync with him.
We're gonna take him to the sync machine?
It's a picture of Ganesha, the Hindu god. Ganesha is worshipped as the god of wealth, especially by merchants.
Oh, a plant. No? No bug facts? I'm disappointed in you, Iva. Let's go. Let's take him to the sync machine, I guess. It's Pewter.
Wait, you didn't see her at the stadium?
I did, but she's not back yet?
Of course not. This is Boss we're talking about. She's probably at a host club in Kabukicho, licking the salt off her third tequila shot right about now.
Pewter. His real name is Futa Amanoma. Everyone calls him Pewter.
I know. I got the report. Jin Furroway's right half was found in Studio Divitas 6 years ago. The other half was found at the stadium today, correct? The corpse's estimated time of death was around 12 today. No signs of the body having been frozen. And Jin doesn't have any twins. The theory of the right and left half belonging to different people was debunked earlier, too.
What do you mean?
We got the DNA results. The DNA extracted from Jin's right half 6 years ago. The base sequence was an exact match with the left half that was found. A 100% match. They definitely belong to the same person. The right half was found 6 years ago on February 10th. Today is also February 10th. What could it mean? Mizuki, do you really intend to sync with him?
Would it be a problem because he's drunk or something?
No, but what I mean is, you haven't gotten permission from Boss, have you? I understand how you feel, Mizuki. I'm sure you want to solve the HB case more than anyone. After all, you lost two very precious things due to that incident. Date, of course, and...
Date and her eye.
Your left eye. At least we didn't have to extract your eye to insert the AI ball. There was nothing left to extract.
I am glad the room was vacant. I don't do well with roommates.
So she did lose her left eye, just like, well, Saito, I guess.
Listen, you shouldn't delve too deeply into this case. I have a very bad feeling about all this.
Don't worry. Boss didn't technically give me permission to sync, but she did assign the investigation to me.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah,
There will be no turning back.
I know.
I see. Then let's get started. What happened 6 years ago? Ryuki's memories may hold the answer.
At least you don't have to do any of that weird eyeball shit, like the other sync machine. And even though we know nothing really bad's gonna happen, except they're gonna switch bodies if we stay in longer than 6 minutes.
The time limit within Somnium is 6 minutes. Stay there any longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed into the subject's mind.
I got it. This isn't my first time syncing, you know.
Okay then, let's begin.
Yeah, they really try to not like put spoilers for the original game into this game. I really thought the Why is Iva singing Invisible Rainbow Arrow? What's happening?
I've been practicing. How's my dancing?
Oh, Mix It Up does not show animated emotes properly.
Yeah, looking good. Wriggling around like a freshly caught shrimp.
Oh, no. Not you two. I'm too cute to be a shrimp.
Hey, listen. Now's no time for a dance number. We have an investigation to handle.
Ah, yes. My apologies. I felt compelled.
I'm happy. They at least referenced Invisible Rainbow Arrow. So I'm good. So I'm happy.
Oh, Mizuki. Do you know your way around Somnia? If you are assigned to this case, you will be syncing many times, I'm sure. Would you like a refresher?
I don't really need a
It's fine.
Somnium.
I've synced plenty of times already.
Well, If you do run into any issues, you can always check the manual. The manual explains syncs and Somnia comprehensively.
Yeah, I do not need to be told the rules again. The tutorial can be checked from menu file manual.
Got it.
Okay.
Thanks. All right, then.
This desk and camera are from the interrogation room.
But there's no walls or ceiling.
Well, before anything, Somnium scan! Activate!
Spell Ryuki's hallucinations and find the truth.
This layer of Ryuki's Somnium appears to have 3 mental locks.
So I gotta unlock those, right?
Correct. But the truth is found in the deepest layer.
Okay, I'll start with this room first.
Right. There isn't much to interact with, but there must be a way to continue.
Quickly look at Kagami's section in the files. Worried about life? Yes. What the fuck is happening? What did I do?
Worried about health? Do you take care of your body? I see. That is a good thing.
What the fuck is happening?
Living organisms eat to build their body. A good, efficient... But do be wary. There are products out there with unrealistic... Just because it's endorsed by some famous person doesn't make it reliable.
Well, what is currently happening?
Also, there is no quick and easy way to be healthy.
Costumes now available from previous cleared scenes.
I look good in anything. This is my face when I saw Mizuki solving a disentanglement puzzle with her monstrous strength.
Look at this on the t-shirt.
This is apparently their reaction when they found out Abyss washrooms are getting bidets. Why do people want to go to Atami that badly? I saw Boss buying this earlier. Are we going to match? If it looks good on Tama.
Can you have them wear them in the Somniums? Alright, Kagami, Smil, Clintero, Klinginko, people don't remember his name. Talented inspector, he assigned to his case by police HQ to his impressive skills. Supposedly he's really handsome under the mask. Rest in peace, Brad Venerable. Unlike Kagami, your name will never be forgotten. Oh yeah, he did pass away, didn't he? Oh, it's so sad. I assume that's what you were talking about. Alright, one second, I'll be right back. It is very sad. I'll be right back. Do they not?
You need to get some rest every once in a while. Don't worry, I'm cute in any outfit.
It's a joke
boss
costume.
buying this earlier. Are we going to
Can you not wear the other outfits in Somnium?
If I ever get fired, maybe I'll go work at some fish pocket.
I am not certain that would turn out well.
Okay. Well, apparently the costumes are way more superficial than we immediately thought that they were. I unfortunately cannot do the gameplay parts dressed as a hot dog.
Try sitting on it.
There. Oh, what?
Ryuki.
Mizuki, now is... Ryuki, can you tell me what you know about the HB case?
Why do you keep making me remember? Damn it. Damn it. I was so close to finally forgetting. Please, stop!
Aiba? Aiba, you okay?
Yeah, it just got really bright. What was that explosion?
That blue thing.
Ryuki, do you know the culprit?
Do you?
What is this? Wait, it's a reverse sync.
What?
Ryuki's consciousness is flowing into your brain, Mizuki. Huh? This is...
Mr. Date's house.
Oh, the cage.
What is this?
Do you know the culprit?
The culprit's name. I don't know.
Intrusion thwarted. We've defended against Ryuki's consciousness.
So was everything okay?
It should be. But it is peculiar. Usually, the sinker goes into the subject's mind, but for some reason, the subject's consciousness was able to slip into your mind. But you should be fine now. We have blocked the route of intrusion. We are reconnecting to Ryuki's mind via another path.
That's good. But why did that happen?
What is going on in the Somnium?
This place is...
It's the cathedral.
Oh, so this is what you were talking about.
Hey, is that rubble?
It appears as though the collapse was halted halfway through.
Oh, it's Ryuki.
I'm sorry.
Let's go.
What is happening right now?
Wait, Mizuki. You can only remain in Somnia for 6 minutes, 360 seconds. For some reason or another, the passage of time in the interrogation room was slower, but that is not the case now.
You need me to find the info within 6 minutes, right? I got it.
While I remain still, time almost stops, but time progresses when I am in motion.
That's the system that Pewter came up with, right? I swear that Pewter is like a tech god.
That's an interesting way to compliment someone.
Anyway, if you are stuck, simply stop moving and observe your surroundings. Look at the map and try to get a hold of the situation. Understood?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Go ahead and check that "Don't display this message again" box.
I don't have that function. What's this? We're surrounded.
The rubble turned into a hand. Ryuki's dream sure is creepy.
Darn. We cannot get through. We need to find a way out of here. A brazier. I can interact with this for whatever reason. It is not getting bigger or smaller.
Blowing on it didn't make it waver either.
Is this fire real?
Ryuki's dreams is trapped in the shadows. The shadows are...
Mizuki, I have obtained a key.
What's that?
A key is a new function that Pewter came up with. It uses an algorithm to clarify the rules of a Somnium world or the sync subject's psyche.
In other words, it tells you how the dream works?
Correct.
Damn, we can do that now?
The sync system has evolved greatly.
The key can help with unlocking mental locks and better understanding the subject. By searching more, the key will be updated and information accumulated.
So the more I search, the more hints I get.
The key is a clarification of the Somnium's rules. The star of the sync is hidden, but they open as you inspect things. Keys are crucial to reach the depths of Somnia. The lock info you can find objects, depths, and keys. When stuck in the Somnium, open the lock info to find more clues.
A brazier. It looks like a normal...
Touch it.
No.
Please, come on. Just the tip, please.
Okay then. Hot!
So it's fire that...
This fire must have shadow traits.
Shadow traits?
Different properties from the real world. For example, consider fire that is not hot. It is as though it is missing a property that it has in the real world.
Okay.
These shadows, so we might not extinguish this fire in the usual predictable fashion.
The shadows are always missing a single aspect.
A brazier.
If this brazier is a shadow, we can't extinguish it in the normal way.
Let's try something that...
All right, suck in really hard.
I do have amazing suction.
Amazing suction. Bravo. Marvelous.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Huh?
Okay, that got rid of the...
Deja vu?
Looks like the shadow traits were the key after all.
That rubble there. Is that lower than before?
Do we have another time limit?
If we do, we cannot be wasting time. All right, let's chase after Ryuki. If you get lost, use the map.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
It's not my fault. Please forgive me. Forgive me!
Jesus, what happened?
We're trapped in this space again.
But if we get rid of something with the shadow trait, maybe we can get out.
Mizuki, you have 5 minutes left.
An evolver is floating. It's an evolver.
Is it Ryuki's?
Unless there is a special request. All members are issued the same firearm. But there is one thing I notice.
What is it?
I do not feel any electromagnetic forces. The evolver utilizes electromagnetism, so it should be emitting electromagnetic waves.
Oh, maybe it's one of those shadow trait things.
Perhaps.
Oh, yay! I got a timey!
You know what a timey is, don't you?
It's like a useful item that changes the flow of time, right?
For the most part, timey is a material capable of modifying the way the brain processes time. By using this, you can slow down or speed up time in the Somnium world.
I invented it!
You go, Pewter!
You cannot hold on to too many at a time, so be sure to use them as they come. It's a bottle of brandy.
Expected
Is this
again.
Ryuki's favorite drink?
Yes. I've seen Ryuki drink this brand before. Ryuki was drinking right before the sink.
He's just a drunkard.
I do think Ryuki has a reliance on alcohol, though it is all mental. You don't have to sympathize with him, but you should at least understand.
I see.
It's brandy. Why do you want me to?
I thought it might help you remember when Ryuki puked. So?
No.
But you can taste sour?
Anyway,
Ryuki is holding on to his regrets.
it's brandy.
Wow, that...
Woo! Oh, I'm feeling good.
You okay?
Mizuki, can you pet me?
Pet you?
Pet me! Pet me till I explode!
Iba's bugging out.
If you don't pet me, I'm going to self-destruct.
Iba,
Okay.
you're scaring me. Jeez.
Ryuki is burdened by what happened in the past.
You have 4 minutes remaining.
It's brandy. It's an...
Shoot Ryuki?
Are you sure this might have ill effects on Ryuki's mind?
It's fine!
You should take this a little more seriously. My apologies.
Huh. It didn't hit?
It went through.
I guess there's no point shooting Ryuki.
Okay.
It's an... It's an...
You...
I do. Above all else.
In that case, can you ignore my last command? What the? Iba! Iba!
It was a blank. My ears are ringing.
Gee,
I have other holes. I'll be fine.
what were you planning on using the other holes for?
Oh, that
It
actually
appears
solved
obeying
it.
your command was the right thing to do. Good job, Mizuki. Well done.
Oh, yeah. Glad it worked.
Ryuki!
Damn it! Damn it! It's no use. Me dying isn't gonna fix anything!
I am so confused.
Are these feet?
I can't die yet. I'll carry this forever!
Let's chase after
Okay, so he's up there.
This again.
Another shadow space.
But now we know what to do. We need to find the thing with shadow traits and break it, right?
Yes. But it looks like we can only interact with Ryuki. Hey.
I can't forget about what I did. I have no future.
Boys love it when you do that.
But I am not.
That makes it even better.
I do not understand your logic, but if you say so. Pet, do not be so hard on yourself.
Quit being so shy. Put your heart into it.
Fine. Pet.
Oh god, Erica Lindbeck!
Stop, you're gonna pet his head off.
Erica Lindbeck.
Hey, Ryuki.
I'm sorry. I'm in it.
There could be negative consequences.
It's fine, just kick his ass.
I love
That sounds
Ryuki.
awfully violent. I'll try it.
Ow. That looked painful.
He disappeared. But nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
We should inspect the other Ryukis.
Erica Halatcher did such a great job.
3 minutes left.
Ryuki.
You can do this.
Nothing wrong.
Good time.
Oh, you seem in.
Get a hold of yourself! Huh?
Didn't connect.
Agree with him?
This Ryuki doesn't have a shadow.
That must be the shadow trait.
So we should do the opposite of.
Yes, the.
Ota would probably love the praise, but this is Ryuki, the honor student we're talking about here.
Ryuki, you're doing well. Just forget it all. You did nothing wrong. No one's going to resent you. Boss and everyone else accepts you. Just rest.
No! That's not... Stop! It's all my fault! Which is why I needed to do something!
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right.
Oh my god.
Our plan worked.
No, never!
The fire. There's no going back.
What is Ryuki holding on to that's hurting him like this? Hey, this police ID is...
What? Ryuki!
That's...
I'm sorry. I didn't think this would happen.
You're gonna solve everything. Everything.
What is...
Blood.
Let's get out of here, Mizuki.
Oh, the badge was the correct choice. Open the third mental log. Okay. That was a happy accident. All right, so we beat the first Somnium. Well, one route in the Somnium. Dispossessed. Ryuki chapter 0.
Who are you again? It's not Bikini. It's not Zucchini either. Oh, I remember. It's Mizuki.
Ugh. Looks like he hasn't sobered up yet.
It's the middle of the night. I'm not leaving until you give me answers, so quit messing around. You probably weren't listening to me at Brahmin, so I'll say it again.
No need. Tama told me earlier, Jin Furue's other half was found. But the body was alive until noon today. Wanna know how? It's simple. Jin's left half flew here. It flew through time from the world 6 years ago.
What are you talking about?
Is he being legit serious?
Ryuki, I looked inside your mind.
I know. You synced with me, didn't you?
Who was that person?
That person?
The person who was reaching out to you at the end of the Somnium. Tell me, something happened 6 years ago that I don't know about. What was it?
You really want to know?
Yeah,
You could be putting yourself in danger.
I'm not afraid.
Fine. Then I'll tell you. But I'm sure there's no need to explain what happened on February 10th, 6 years ago.
Yeah, I was there, at the studio.
Alright. Then I'll start from the part you don't know about. The day after the incident. February 11th.
Okay. What is going on?
What's up, Ryuki?
Mr. Date.
Somebody please fucking explain what's happening.
I thought you were on vacation.
Yeah, new labor laws. I'm supposed to be on break.
Then why are you here?
Well, why not? I was bored, so I thought I'd come play darts.
This is supposed to be a place of business. Could you not play around in here?
What? This room is full of things to play with. Is there something on my face?
Well, the face you have now isn't your real face, is it? You got your old body back during the new Cyclops serial killings case, so...
Yeah, well, I decided to have a custom mask made.
Fuck you!
Everyone knows me by this face. Besides, this one is, more popular with the ladies.
No! Fuck you,
I don't think
game.
it makes much of a difference.
Yeah! He has a mask and a wig on. It's literally he has a mask and a wig on. It's the most Date explanation ever.
The face you have now isn't your real face, is it?
Yeah, well, I decided to have a custom mask made. Everyone knows me by this face. Besides, this one is, more popular with the ladies.
I'm actively angry.
Shut up! Looks cool, doesn't it? I'm wearing the patch because Iva ran away from home.
That's not the whole story, though, is it, Doc? You tried to watch a VR video of bikini girls splitting watermelons at the beach.
Didn't sure I didn't have a silicone mask on. I know because I actually
I
did.
can't do this anymore. I am done being your partner.
So I've leapt out of Date's eye socket and ended up at my place.
So she's at your house right now?
No, she's working on a top secret mission.
What mission?
If I told you, it wouldn't be top secret.
I saw the news last night. I talked to Boss earlier too, so I know the gist of what's going on. A corpse suddenly appeared in the middle of a live stream, right? And for some reason, just the right half. Like it traveled through time and space.
Any advice on the investigation?
I only give advice when I'm drinking. Shall we?
It's not even noon yet.
Who cares? I'm on vacation.
Well, I'm not.
Come on. My treat, as usual.
I've seen Mr. Date drunk several times before.
No, I'll just handle this myself.
What? Drink with me. There's a real cozy bar in Omiya I know about. I think you'll like it.
All the bartenders are sexy women, aren't they?
How did you know?
Because you're Date. Because you're Kaname Date.
Why Omiya of all places?
You don't know? Saitama is hot right now.
It's warm at this time of year?
That's not what I meant.
Saitama is a province located north of Tokyo with a population of around 7 million. Ohima is the capital of Saitama. Ohima is the stop for bullet trains and areas where even Johnny's group performs. There's a ton of stores Date might like. Ohima is a really fashionable city.
What?
You went to a host club in Kabukicho after the investigation, didn't you?
Who would do such a thing?
I mean, you usually do that.
I went straight home last night. I can't be out drinking every night. My kid would never let me hear the end of it.
I'm sorry, your kid?
Yeah, my little girl. At least, I think she's a little girl. I didn't spot any dangly bits, so unless she says otherwise.
I had no idea you had a daughter, boss.
Neither did I.
I didn't know either. Why'd you keep that a secret all this time?
It wasn't a secret. No one asked.
Okay, so Boss has a daughter.
It hasn't even been half a day. No new info for you yet. Jin's left half hasn't been found yet either.
Why did his right half burst into flames like that?
We're still looking into it, but I was told they haven't recovered any mechanical or electrical pieces.
So it wasn't a time bomb.
Do you think it could have been spontaneous combustion?
Who knows? Yeah, the entire country's been talking about it all day.
Not just Japan, but the whole world. A body sliced in half suddenly appeared in the middle of a broadcast, and then there was that weird QR code too. I'd be surprised if it didn't go viral.
But how strange. There was a blackout before the corpse appeared, right? So why didn't the stream get cut off?
Because it was like a localized blackout.
How long are you going to...
Until I get a new boyfriend.
Then it's gonna stay there forever.
Date, I'm assigning you to Venezuela.
Good luck.
You want to...
Uh-huh.
Good for them.
Hey, I'm your superior.
Reminds me of you, boss.
Which part?
I remember her saying some factoid about Tanukis that got spread around, so Mr. Date's talking about it. Why are you here?
Nice and soft. It feels kind of soothing being here.
Anything to promote office wellness.
What are you talking about?
Well then, you won't mind if I join you. I'm kidding.
Date being Date, about Tama. She's kind of a robot known as an eyeball, as opposed to gender is set to female. Usually nests in my left eye socket and supports me on investigation. That explains how they could have explained the in-game spoiler-free mode. Yeah.
Tama, show me the news.
That's not how you ask for...
I beg of you, Lady Tama.
How about this?
Tama's connecting my brain through a wireless link. I will lose change information when Tama's on my eye
I said
socket.
news, not nudes.
Wanna see it again?
No, thank you.
What is it, Ryuki?
The QR code on that sign was shown during the live stream, too.
Yeah, quite clearly.
That means it was seen by people around the world.
They say the ViewCube video and the link got several million views.
The account is already deleted, but you know how it is. People uploaded copies to other sites almost immediately.
That means the actual number of people who saw it is several times greater.
Yeah.
Anything strange happened since?
What do you mean?
Maybe a bunch of people being sent to the hospital after seeing the video or something.
No, I haven't heard any reports like that so far.
I see.
Like I said, the uploader of the original video is unknown.
What are you looking?
I was just...
Pervert.
No.
You can touch him if you want to.
No, you absolutely cannot.
I see a stupid-looking man's face, like this.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
You're trying to convince poor Ryu.
It's all right now, because I am here! Half might! Half for all, we are full-time heroes!
You feeling okay?
Maybe we should have a doctor take a look at you.
Yeah, I'll try.
You'll try. It's your duty to solve this case. This is why you're here, isn't it?
Wow, that was so aggressive.
I got it, Tama. You can close it. Okay, then. Tama and I will continue the investigation.
Oh, wait. Before you go, there's one thing I want you to be careful about. Abyss is having issues with the communication network right now. Any data obtained by your AI ball can't be uploaded to the cloud.
Yeah, I can't do any backups right now. I can only save data inside my body's storage.
So we'll be in big trouble if you break.
Yes, any data saved from today on will be lost.
Yeah, but couldn't they just come back to AI headquarters and just...
Understood.
So, where do you plan on going first?
I thought we'd start by asking around for more info. I haven't been able to talk to the people who were at the scene much yet.
Mizuki, Iris, Moma, Chinpei, and Andy's Komeiji, the host.
Do you have their location?
Yes, I've obtained each of their locations through the GPS on their smartphones. First, Mizuki is at a place called Matsushita Diner.
Oh god, Mizuki is at Ota's place.
Ota's place.
Iris seems to be on the campus of Sekiba High.
Makes sense. She's a student there after all.
Moma and Chinpei are at the Kumakura office.
Hold on, I'm checking something while I'm playing.
Right, the Dragon and Lanterns place.
And finally, Komeiji. He seems to be on the rooftop amusement park at Misatan.
Misatan.
Do you want to ride along for the investigation, Mr. Date?
I'm not gonna work on my day off. I'm not that bored. Or there are many types of boredom. This is different.
Well, Ryuki, I'm counting on you.
Right. Leave it to me.
Tama, you take care of Ryuki, okay?
Always.
Okay, so let's go to Matsushita Diner.
Man, this sucks. I already talked my jaw off yesterday.
That was with the local detective, right? I haven't heard
It's
anything.
the simp! It is the simp.
Big sis, perhaps you should help them?
Big sis.
Ah, that's just what I call Mizuki.
Ah, and you're...
My name is Kizuna. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
It's
I'm
the
from
waitress.
The Metropolitan Police Department.
Ryuki, right? You were on that quiz show last night.
Hi, Ota.
Are
Your
you
name?
Mr. Ota Matsushita?
Oh, you heard of me? Did you talk to Date or something?
Yeah, something like that.
He's linked to the new Cyclops serial killings. That's how I know his name
Ota
and
is
age.
24. 1 year older than you, Ryuki.
Yeah, that's why I'm being polite.
Anyone else work here?
Ota handles the cooking, serving, and accounting all by himself.
That's right.
Tama, are there any legal issues with this?
Not at all. His mother, Mayumi Matsushita, holds the proper certification for food hygiene.
Mr. Matsushita, can I ask where your mother is?
Probably in the living room back there. I guess she's sitting at the kotatsu watching TV or something. Man, that was crazy.
Matsushita Diner was closed for a long time. It recently reopened. They got decent customer traffic and made a pretty good amount of money.
I said it before, but I was watching that stream live.
Good to know that Ota was able to stop being Ota for 5 seconds and pull Matsushita Diner out of the worst of
I
it.
heard Tessa and Mizuki were gonna be on that show, right? Then that body appeared out of nowhere. Man, I couldn't believe what I saw. Speaking of crazy, that ViewCube video.
You saw it?
No, not the whole thing. Too scary. I saw the one before, though.
The one before?
You don't know? A video similar to that one went viral. Everyone was talking about it online.
Ah, I know of that one as well. The mysterious video known as Bats 490, correct?
Yup. There was some kind of code hidden in it, too.
According to the rumors, whoever deciphers it will learn the secret of the world.
The secret of the world?
Secret of the world? Did a grade schooler come up with that or something?
You're a grade schooler yourself, by the way.
I like how sassy Tama is. Oh no, it's hidden bats. Yeah, I'm worried.
The video starts with a bunch of bats flying around. Guess that's where the bats part comes from. I don't know what the 490 means, though.
Were you able to decode it?
No way. I had no idea what it meant.
Well, it's not like solving it would have been a big deal. I'll bet that secret of the world stuff is bogus anyway.
Don't ruin the fantasy, Mizuki.
I'm just telling it like it is. It's just an ARG. It's a game for kids.
ARG means Alternate Reality Game. The Game Master releases mysterious information to the public via the internet, leaflets, posters, stuff like that. Players decode the information to discover a location.
Just like the real world
objective,
ARG that they had, that people fucked up and maybe got Iris killed, and hopefully Iris survives this game.
Simply put, an ARG is a fusion of games and real life.
That came out of nowhere. You met her yesterday, right? Tessa. The girl named Iris Sagan.
Is he actually dating Iris?
Ota, do you want me to rip your tongue out?
Oh, well, as long as we're on the subject. Are you going out with anyone, Kizzy?
Oh, me? Such relations with gentlemen are completely foreign to me.
Are you into babyface guys that know how to cook?
Ugh, no shame.
Oh, my type is so stereotypical that I am embarrassed to admit it. Someone like Prince Charming.
A prince?
I yearn to be a princess. I hope my Prince Charming will appear before me with a glass slipper someday. That's my dream.
You're so
Glass
cute.
slipper?
Ota? Who is that?
Well, he's a customer. He comes by a lot.
Well, in any case, I have a great affinity for shoes. My admiration of Princess Cinderella partially comes from that, I'm sure. Glass slippers. Isn't that so magical? How lovely it would be to dance in them.
Wouldn't it be hard to dance in glass slippers?
That is true.
Pardon me, but may I ask your name?
He seems to be depressed, poor guy.
Maybe you should. He seems pretty drunk.
He's drinking non-alcoholic beer.
What do you want, jerk?
I was not aware you could get drunk from non-alcoholic beverages.
It's all right now, because I am here! How are you, young boy?
Guess he's not doing too good.
Why is he just, like, acting like All Might? Is it just, like, a reoccurring meme?
Today is February 11th, National Foundation Day.
So, why are you here?
Why else? To eat some of Ota's cooking. I brought my friend Kizzy with me.
And I appreciate your business.
Saw Mr. Date earlier.
I mean, Mr. Date is like your foster father, so I thought I'd let you know just in case.
Foster father? I'm the one taking care of him. I'm paying the rent and utility bills too.
Oh.
Oh, I know of Mr. Date as well. He is quite close with Iris, so I have the honor of being on friendly terms with him as well.
Why is Mizuki paying the rent?
Sorry,
What the fuck, Date?
but I don't know anything. I just went on the show like Iris asked, and then a body showed up out of nowhere. I've heard about Jin Furue, but it's not like I knew him personally. Sorry, I can't really help. Iris had an offer to appear on the show, so she was asked to bring another talent from Lemniscate, but no one could make it, so I decided to go instead. As the president of Lemniscate, I couldn't just turn it down.
President? Aren't you 12?
It's a long story. I ended up taking over the company after Daddy.
Yeah, her dad died. Her dad dies in all of the in all of the timelines.
I am indeed. How did you know?
Your uniform?
Don't tell me you're a uniform buffer, Yuki. I didn't take you for a pervert.
Kizzy is good friends with Iris and Mame too. Oh, you don't know about Mame, do you?
No.
Amame Doi's her full name. She attends Sekiba High like Kizzy and Iris.
Iris and Mame belong to the same dance club as I. It was through them that I was introduced to Big Sis.
Like
yes,
dancing,
they
huh?
most certainly do. However, I am not very good at it.
That's not true. You've even won a dancing competition before.
That was nothing more than a fluke. Iris is a far better dancer.
Can I... Okay, I really want to pop up Braid and Mizuki at some point.
This is a bit difficult to
I
explain.
want to pop a parade of
I just sensed a
Mizuki.
certain elegance to Mizuki that was characteristic of an older sister.
Is that a compliment?
Tama, how old is Kizuna?
18, same as Iris. They're in their third year, so they're graduating soon. In other words, Mizuki is a whole 6 years younger than Kizuna.
Hey, Kizzy, I want to see you dance.
Where did this come from?
I want to see too.
Don't you want to see too, Ryuki?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've gotta see this.
Then I'll play some music. Just a sec.
Wait, I have not agreed to anything yet.
Is it Invincible Rainbow Arrow? It better be Invincible Rainbow Arrow. Oh, it's not.
Death and gum on my way to the station. The crowd squeezes out my frustration. And now I'm taking heat in the classroom. Oh well, I'll eat some donuts in the bathroom. Now I hear my friend got herself a boyfriend. They're going out for barbecue on the weekend. I see all of their smiles in their pics online. Wait, why is that making me cry? Oh, my Prince Charming, where can I find you? How do I remind you of the dream we share? But dreams are just for dreamers, lonely hearts and schemers. I've got to break the chains of fate on my own. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Lonely girls across the world, let's wake up and fight. Worlds apart with beating hearts, unite the light through the night. If the boys want to reach us, they'll have to keep up. Without you, I am only half. I need to be whole.
I know your name. You're Kizuna, aren't you? I heard you introducing yourself earlier. My name's Leon Twining, and I'm 22 years old. My father's American, and my mother's Japanese. So, Kizuna, I want you to marry me.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Okay.
Of course this isn't a joke. Kizuna's dance purified my heart. There was so much darkness building inside me, but she cleared it all away. It felt like I went straight to heaven. I've always wanted to be a pilot since I was little. It was my dream to fly through the sky. Kizuna made that dream come true for me. Seeing her dance, it was like my soul pierced the heavens and flew into the stars. So, I've decided. I'm gonna marry her! Won't you marry me, Kizuna?
No, thank you.
It's like, matter of fact.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
No, thank you.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that either.
No, thank you.
Anyway, I won't give up. You'll come around eventually, Kizuna. My motto is, if at first you don't succeed, try and fail again!
I think you mean try again.
Okay.
No, I'm not okay. My heart feels
You
like
promise?
a jackhammer, like it's gonna burst out of my chest any second.
Are you
Actually,
here?
I got fired yesterday. I didn't feel like doing anything after I woke up this morning. I came here so I could drink my problems away.
But you were drinking non-alcoholic beer.
I can still get drunk off of them, okay?
What job did you get fired from?
I was a bank clerk.
What were you really?
I don't like talking about it, but I was a janitor.
I think that is a noble job.
You're so right! But unfortunately, my job was taken from me. And I have zero motivation to do anything now. Hard work just seems so pointless.
I dislike people who don't work hard.
All right. I'm hitting up the employment office tomorrow.
This guy has a rather one-track mind.
He doesn't seem all that bad, though.
Now, we haven't obtained much useful information. There's no point in staying here for too long.
Yeah, let's go somewhere else.
Okay, with that, I think that's going to be it for me for tonight. I'm a little tired, and I would like to be done. I'll see you guys I am doing a tournament tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to do that well. So I'll probably be around tomorrow afternoon. I'll do some more. Oh, we'll definitely do some more. We'll definitely do some more AI Somnium files of Nirvana tomorrow. Probably what's gonna end up happening is that 13 Sentinels might end up taking a back seat to this for a bit, but I'll promise I'll play 13 Sentinels at least once a week while I'm playing this. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!